Good evening, everybody. Happy to see all you guys here on this joyful night of celebrating Sifu's birthday. Let's give Sifu a hand. So as Michael said, I'm going to talk a little bit about why we celebrate Sifu's birthday. And before that, I want to talk a little bit about Kung Fu, right? So the traditional system of the Wing Chun Kung Fu really is it's a beautiful art. And I stress the importance of art. It truly is a martial art. And the way the system's been passed down, it passes down from generation to generation, and it doesn't change. You know, the traditional way that we train, the way the Wing Chun Kung Fu system is. And the older I've gotten in the Kung Fu family, I've come to recognize how hard it is to continue to practice your Kung Fu. And what I mean by that is, I've been here about 4 years now, and I've seen quite a lot of people, you know, come and go. You know, it's a regular thing once you get, you know, you spend more time in the family, it just happens. So, for someone to complete the system and become a Sifu and to pass it down to the next generation, that says a lot about their character. You know, it says a lot about dedication and perseverance and patience, you know, and sometimes you even got to sacrifice things, you know, to continue in the Kung Fu. So it's been passed down from Patriarch Yip Man to Moy Yat to Sifu Moy Yi Hop, and now to Sifu Muay Thai Shun. And for someone to complete the system and stick it out all that time and pass it on to the next generation, like I said, it says a lot about that person's character. And if you really think about it, if these people who have passed it on from us to generation, if they didn't persevere and have that dedication, well, then none of us in this room would have our Kung Fu that we have. You know, I don't know about you guys, but Kung Fu's impacted my life in a very positive way. So that's one thing I'm very grateful to you, Sifu, for keeping that dedication, so that way we have access to the Kung Fu. So not only that's a testament to Sifu's character, but another thing I like to say about Sifu is, you know, besides just him sticking out in the art and being a rock and passing on the tradition that we have today, aside from that, Sifu is a person of great character. You know, Sifu's the kind of person, if you call his phone, it doesn't matter what he's doing, what time of day it is, you can expect and count on him to answer the phone. That's a lot more than I can say about myself. You know, you can call me and I never answer the phone. But Sifu, he could be busy, you know, whatever. He'll at least answer, and if he's busy, he'll say, oh, can I call you back in a few minutes? But you can always count on Sifu to answer the phone. And that says a lot about, you know, him being reliable, you know, and like I said, like a rock. And, you know, me and Sifu, we've grown really close over the years, and I gotta say, like, anytime I've ever needed anything at all, Sifu's never told me no. Not one time. Well, except when I asked him to learn the swords. but that's different. But anyway, so the reason why we celebrate Sifu's birthday is because, for one, we're extremely grateful that through him and because of him, we have access to this beautiful martial art, Wing Chun Kung Fu. You know, it's because of him that we're able to practice this and improve our lives and whatnot. And not only that, but we're grateful for who the person Sifu is. You know, the way I see Sifu, truly, and I say this, you know, in every sense of the word, he's family to me. Yep. You know, and we all are. So today is a day to celebrate Sifu and say thank you and to tell them we love them and happy birthday.